guys, today I'm going to talk about what is the first step in the career planning process. The career planning process can be stressful, and if you can break it down into steps, it can help you make a better and more informed decision. So today I'm going to go over the first step. Really, you can apply to any process. Questions to ask yourself in this first step of the career planning process, and the next step in the career planning process. So the first step, I think, in almost any major decision or any life change that being, is to stabilize. First, you need to figure out what you need to take care of, and what you need to wrap up in your life to make sure you make the best decision possible. So kind of take inventory of your life. How are you doing in your relationships, with your time, with your money, with your professional area, with your health? Take inventory of all those things and see where you need to go. When we kind of stabilize and we take inventory of our life, it lets us make better decisions and make us more self-aware about what's going on in our lives and what could be influencing certain decisions we are making. So another thing you should do in this kind of first step of this career process is to figure out, what do you like and dislike at your current career or job, or what have you liked and disliked in your past jobs? Then figure out what you like, try to apply those to your next job, and what kind of careers are possible with what I like. I found that's helpful with me and my clients when we explore what we've liked and disliked at current jobs or past jobs. We're able to reverse engineer what we've disliked to create what we would like at our next jobs, or what we do currently like at our jobs, and match a career with those likes and dislikes. And then also take inventory of your interests and passions. Is there something you've always wanted to do that you're just not doing? Explore that. If there's something that's always interested you and you feel like you could do it for the rest of your life, it's worth exploring and figuring out, is that a possibility for a career? And is it something I could do for a long time? So I think the second point I'm going to go over today is good questions to ask yourself in this process. The first question is, what are my values and priorities in life and work? What do you value? Find out what those things are. Write them out. There's things you can go online that shows a bunch of value lists. You can write them out, your top 5 or 10, and then match what career will allow you to live those values, number one, in your life, because that's most important. And secondly, what values will allow you to do that in your job. So you do those two things, you ask yourself that question, I think you'll come up with a good list of values, then you'll be able to pair a job that'll allow you to live through those values. The second thing is, what are my long-term and short-term career goals? What do you have? Is it a financial number? Is it a certain promotion? Whatever it is, write them out and then find a job that'll match that. Maybe you don't have a financial goal and you don't need to be making 100 or 200 a year, and there's something else you can be doing that you enjoy more. Maybe your career goal is to help 1,000 people. I don't know, whatever it is. When I found that I have clearly defined my short and long-term goals, I drive better towards them. I'm more accountable and they're more likely to happen. So it's important for you to define those as well. It'll help you make a better decision and help you drive towards those goals, which will make them more likely to happen, which that's what we all want. Number 3 is, what kind of work environment and culture do I thrive in? Some people do better with a small team, a team of 2 to 5 people where they have a lot of autonomy to do what they want. Or maybe they want to work in a big corporation where they're held more to a more accountable standard. Whatever it is, find out and look at what you do best. Personally, I like to work on small teams or by myself. That's where I thrive in best. As long as I have accountability and I'm able to put those things in place, that's where I thrive in. I don't thrive in the big work environments with hundreds of employees. It's just not for me, and that's okay. And maybe it's for you, and that's okay too. Maybe you like that, and maybe you like having hundreds of coworkers. That's amazing. Chase that, go for it. Just figure out, what work environment do you thrive in, and what are you going to be most successful in? Because if you can define that and you can clearly write out what it is that you define it, and you can match that with your values, your career goals, your long-term goals, you'll come up with a good list of careers that match with all these questions you're asking yourselves and all these things you're doing and activities. It's very important you do this stuff in the career planning process to make sure you make the best choice. So once you've made the best choice, or you've comprised this list of things that match these questions and your likes and dislikes and your values and your interests, once you get that list together, then you can start the next step, which is career research. And this is part of it is networking and reaching out to people who do what you may want to do. So maybe you come up with a list of 3 to 5 potential jobs or careers that you could go for. A good starting place would be reach out to 10 people in each one of those jobs and ask, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Do you have 15 minutes to tell me what a day in your life is? I found that a lot of people that you just reach out and you're genuine, they will talk to you and they'd love to share their experience and maybe their challenges they face. And then you'd kind of know a day in the life. Or you could find this stuff on YouTube too. You can research, what does this look like? What is the day? What is the nitty gritty of this career or this position? And give you a little bit more insight from someone who actually does this and has this experience. And so the next thing is to find out what education or training you may need. Maybe you don't need education, but maybe there's some training that could be helpful in this job or career that you're pursuing. So look into that, find out what you need. And then finally, this is a learning process. I mean, you may not make the right choice, and that's okay. There's plenty of people that do careers for 10, 15 years and decide, I hate this, I want to do something else. So don't get in decision fatigue and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to make the right choice, because you don't. You have time and you have time to make the right decision. So make sure that, don't get me wrong, take action and stuff like that and try to make it the best choice possible. But it's okay if you don't make the right choice.